Welcome back to As Seen on TV. I am Nicole Goodnight still, and we have some more amazing runs for you. As a reminder, your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel help support Games Done Quick Hotfix like this. If you enjoy watching speedruns daily, consider subscribing to the channel. And you know what? We've got an amazing run coming up, as usual. We've got Over the Hedge with Lucky, so Lucky, take it away.
All right. Hi, I am Lucky, also known as Lucky Boy 527. Today I'm going to be speedrunning the best DreamWorks movie. Yeah, you heard me right. And with me, I've got...
hello, yes, I'm Ouch, but you can call me Colin or Ouch, either of them work. And yeah, we've got a hell of a run here today. I don't know if any of you out there have watched the cinematic masterpiece that is DreamWorks Over the Hedge, but this game is not at all really narratively related to it, so you'll have to go watch it as well.
Yeah, you'll definitely have to watch the movie, but we'll explain how the game works.
From 2006.
Well, absolutely, we gotta.
Yeah.
So timing is going to start when we press A on New Game. In 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so it's going to be a little slow to start off with. We've got to pick up all of the chip bags first and bring them back to the start. So we're going to be able to explain a lot of stuff that's going to go on in the run right now.
Yeah, so as we're getting into this, one of the first texts that we're going to be using basically the entire run is quick pickup. So there's a pickup range for where you pick up your items, but if you press the button while you're out of the range but just entering it, you can pick up the item while skipping the pickup animation. It saves a fraction of a second each time you do it, but we'll be carrying a lot of things over the course of the run, so it's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, this run is going to have a lot of out-of-bounds glitches that happen very randomly and very quickly, so we'll try to go over them as much as we can, but for now it's just very simple, staying in bounds and bringing everything to where we need to.
Yeah, unlike the remainder of this run, the first level here, we do abide by all of the rules established by the game. So from here on out, we will be systematically destroying everything this game tries to make.
Yep. And with that, the tutorial level is done, and we are going to start breaking the game. First off, we have to get the book from the first house. This is to allow us to figure out endangered animals to invite to the forest. This is how we're going to save the hedge this time, instead of stealing all the food and getting Gladys arrested. So a thing you might have seen there, you probably wouldn't notice it if you haven't played the game before, but that was a quick swap. There is a small amount of time before a text box where you are able to swap between characters. We were able to do that there as the level was loading in.
Basically, anytime we're going to be hit with one of those text boxes that is going to take extra time, if we have the ability to quick swap to avoid it, we're gonna. Mm-hmm. I say we, it's literally all Lucky, but I'm taking half the credit.
With that level, there is supposed to be 2 sets of text boxes, but as Vern, you are able to jump over the trigger for the text box. So we only have to deal with one of them.
Yeah, just get right over it.
And we're going to quickly revive RJ and start collecting the spark plugs of the bulldozer.
Plenty to grab here. You're going to want to juke up on the wheel to get behind there.
You're able to land onto the enemies to be able to stun them. Usually a impact from them would faint you, but if they are completely still or asleep like the dog was there, you are able to use your hitbox to knock them out instead.
Pretty handy for getting past a few critters that we can't walk around or sneak around in some devious way.
All right, so we're on to the main chunk of the game now, which is going to be collecting items for the endangered animals. And right there you saw our first clip out of bounds.
Yeah, so that's the fence clip. We'll be doing a lot of that at basically every opportunity when we need to get into house as quickly as possible. You catch the wall on the fence there and get in as soon as you can. Usually we have some backups if we make a mistake, but for the most part, Lucky should be hitting those no problem.
So we want to shut off all the hazards right now and not activate the dog, just to grab the abacus here, and we're going to take it straight back to the beginning. One thing we have to worry about, especially with Hammy, is the speakers. The speakers are very annoying as Hammy because for some reason squirrels are more susceptible to dancing. So
yes. So if you enter basically any part of their speaker field, which you can see on the bottom screen there to the left side, if you enter any of that without moving fast enough or getting over it and around it, then Hammy will start dancing. He'll drop whatever he's holding and spend way too much time getting jiggy with it, which is unfortunately a bit of a run killer.
Right there, you just saw a thing called exit glitch. Exit glitch is where you are going to trick the game into thinking that the level is not complete, but the key item was taken to the endpoint. So the code believes that the level is not complete, but the game believes it is. So it doesn't kick us back to the overworld. It just takes us to the level select.
Handy and saving us some menuing time.
And because Burn is able to turn into a projectile, we are going to jump and hit all the buttons we need to instead of using the stool that we have to push to activate that button. I'll let you explain the cookie glitch.
Oh, yes, I could talk about the cookie. So there's been a number of versions of this skip over the days, but most recently, as is being displayed here, you can hop onto that middle cookie jar, and in Vern's hanging animation, his hitbox of his feet will just slightly drop through the counter, allowing you to drop through the ground and enter out of bounds. That sort of in-between space is accessible from a number of ways, but we'll be using it a lot to put items against walls and then get them from the in-between. Speaking of in-between, we are now using, ideally, of course, the back
This
of
is very
bench.
much one of the harder clips in the run. We're going to try and grab... we are going to try and grab onto the back of the bench here and clip up into the wall.
There's a specific ledge. There it is. It allows us to get up into
tight,
the wall.
So it does take a few tries sometimes, but we want to be able to clip out of bounds with RJ there, and then bring Vern over, turn into his shell, and be able to throw it.
Yeah, that's one of the big values
of the button.
That's one of the big values of Vern being being in his shell, in that he becomes a pick-upable object. So we only really need to get one character out of bounds that isn't Vern, and then Vern can be lifted and thrown in and out of bounds.
And now we're going to jump up and grab the bell and throw it back to Vern, who is now out of bounds again. Waiting perfectly
Since we left
for
him out
the
of bounds,
spot.
he gets to grab it, and we get to take it back out. A lot of the run will be entering this sort of sprite sheet dimension where we do everything we can to not abide by the rules that the game has provided us.
Yeah, unfortunately, the game does like to lag while you're out in the infinite plane. I can't blame it. It is a DS game from 2006. But you know what? That didn't stop IGN from giving it the award of the best game nobody played.
Really? It has that?
Yeah, back in 2006, IGN was like, yeah, this is a game nobody's played, but it's really cool.
But it's actually really cool. I did not know that.
So here we're going to have the only RNG left in the run. There is usually 4 different sections of the game that has RNG, but this is the only one left. And we just have to use the stethoscope to find the combination on this lock.
Yeah, obviously we want the numbers to be as close together as possible.
We're not getting very lucky with these ones, but
739 is tough. Not the worst we've ever had, but pretty tough.
Yeah, ideally you want 101. I want to exit glitch there too.
Yes, don't forget to do that.
And we are on to the final level of the first houses. You're going
this time
to
we clip through the left, which allows us to get to a different part of the house as quickly as possible.
And we are going to have to do some really tight movement here once we grab the book to make sure we don't dance. There is a pathway we can take. Let's see if I can hit it. I did. That is actually really hard to be able to get that, because if you start dancing there, you have to go and pick the book up again, which leads to most likely another set of dancing.
Yeah, when you're carrying items in this game, it can like adjust how you move and change your movement speed. And generally, like the slower you're moving through the speakers, the higher likelihood that you're going to get caught dancing. And if you drop something in the speaker zone, it's going to be a lot more dancing.
All right, so there's going to be two things quick here. The first one is the restart glitch. This will freeze specifically the construction workers and the taxidermy in place. And then we are going to do the hardest clip in the game, which I somehow got first try.
Okay, you all need to understand, like, I have tried this run a little bit in preparation for commentating it. That clip is ridiculously hard to get. There is like an incredibly small triangle of 3D space that you can stand on to land on that dirt. And this is the second time in a marathon that Lucky has hit it first try.
That is a near pixel perfect jump you need to make there.
He is cracked, ladies and gentlemen. Never forget.
Nicely done.
And gets the quick swap there because no matter which character you're controlling, all physics in the level are loaded. So he threw the toolbox and was able to swap right away because the toolbox would continue to fall once he switched to Hammy.
All right, and we're on to the second level of houses. We're going to start with the lava lamp, where we need to clip up. Somehow I'm getting these first try. Don't question it.
That was a really good clip as well, because normally if you tag the lasers there, you'll either get hit back or hit forward, and not hitting that laser because you have to come up at the side of the ramp with enough speed to perform the clip. Not tagging either of those is insane.
Yeah, you need to have enough speed to clip out of bounds, but also not walk far enough that you will hit the laser. So you need to be pretty much assuming you're going to clip all the time, but it is very hard to actually do it. And then we're going to grab the ledge of the table there and clip back out of bounds. You are supposed to do this level with Hammy, but we've kind of ditched him at the start.
Poor Hammy. He's a cool guy.
Now, Celestial Globe. This one is very funky because you are supposed to wait for RJ to throw all the ingredients out and then the globe. But the globe has to be loaded somewhere in the level for it to be called. So if we clip inside the house, which you're not supposed to be inside, you are able to go and find the globe in the living room and pick it up and throw it against the wall. And then just like the scale level before, we are going to use the cookie jar clip to get back out of bounds of the house.
Yeah, and this is a level that used to give a lot of hassle with the things you had to do, but with the cookie jar skip, especially now the advanced cookie drop tech, you can get that globe as easy as possible and get right through it. And it's interesting seeing the progression of the Celestial Globe level from one that caused you so much trouble to something that literally just took like 40 seconds.
Yeah, it used to be a huge RNG sink, and now it is one of the fastest levels in the game.
Hey, that's the power of grinding this game for 4 years.
Yep. Now we're on to the action figure level, where we are going to grab the figure off the table. The figure has a very unique property, though, where you are unable to throw it. If you throw it, it will shatter and you lose the level. So we have to be extremely careful to dodge everything here.
You know, they just don't make nondescript robot toys like they used to.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of crazy. Like, you'd think they'd make them a little bit more durable,
I mean, what child is going to have a toy and never pitch it across the room at some point? Feels like a bit of an oversight, but I'm not here to question the lore of a DS game from 2006.
All right, I want to ask you, what sound do you think batteries are going to make? Because you're wrong. They make the sound of an apple.
Oh.
In this level, we are going to shake things up a bit, and instead of having to collect one item, we are collecting 10. These batteries are scattered around the level in various different places, and we are going to have to collect them as fast as possible.
Yeah, it's interesting how they didn't make a sound bite because normally the collectibles that you pick up but don't actually have to do any pickup animations are for those apples. It's interesting that they coded them the same way for the batteries, and later you'll see light bulbs. They didn't give them any new sound effects, so you just put all of them in your mouth, I suppose.
Yeah, and it's like, from what I can tell, this game has told me one thing, and it is that batteries, they sound like apples, trust me.
Yeah, have you ever bitten into a battery? Probably not, but you wouldn't know.
You really shouldn't, but...
We're not condoning eating batteries, by the way. The statements and opinions of Lucky Boy and Ow Ouch are not the professional opinions of ADGQ and their lovely staff.
All right, we are going to skip doing that clip because it only saves a couple seconds, and if you miss it the first time, it's not worth going for it again. So
yeah,
that's
kind of the issue with some of the skips.
This one, once we grab the science kit, the taxidermy is going to show up, and that activates all the traps in the house. And oh no, the traps are in the house. What are we going to do? What if we just clip out of bounds?
If only we could exit the house without having to interact with any of them, and also, activating the seizure box.
This level used to be around a 9-minute level. It now takes less than that. It is... I love the fact that so many different out-of-bounds clips have been found to destroy this game.
It's always the levels that would take the longest as well, that have just been turned into literally nothing.
It's like removing all RNG from like 3 different levels and replacing it with just clipping out of bounds is perfect.
Yeah. It's optimal.
On this level, we are on a timer that we need to beat a cycle for the dog in the house. We are going to be very tight. If we don't make that cycle, we're going to go the safer route, which only loses like 5 seconds, but
it is fundamentally longer.
Fundamentally we don't want to miss it. And I think fun fact for y'all, in my series of notes for this run, the description for this level is just let Lucky cook. His routing here is generally pretty good. I imagine he's going to hit the cycle. I hope he does. But there is too much tight maneuvering going on for me to even begin to comprehend what he's cooking. Okay, I should make this cycle. It's going to be tight, but I should have made it.
I believe.
Yep, I did. The dog is just turning around now. We're good.
Excellent.
That level can be extremely stressful if you don't make it to the box at 6 minutes in the top left. Because if you don't, then the dog is going to chase you around for the last 5 light bulbs, and that becomes a real pain.
It is handy that there's an in-game timer that does, you can use to track the cycles of the AI.
It's very useful that it's like on a very easy to remember number too.
Yeah, and you don't have to remember any weird specific time. That's honestly probably how they coded it.
All right, so this level is going to be a bit weird because usually you're supposed to take Hammy to the kitchen to activate a button to turn off the traps in increments of 3 seconds. What if we just jump into the back of a mini fridge?
Yes. So they've got to store the universal off switch somewhere, so they just put it in a mini fridge that you can't see from out of bounds. So you just kind of memorize where that is and take a random dive into a fridge that barely exists, and you win the level for free.
I still don't fully know how we figured this glitch out. I think that was found by Jay Lund too, the person who made the task back in 2019.
Absolute legend.
Yeah, there are a few really cool people who helped out with glitch hunting this game. We'll mention 7AJK later too.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe with how overwhelmingly cool Lucky and I are. We are perhaps the least cool members of the Over the Hedge for the DS speedrunning scene.
Hey, speak for yourself.
Okay, I'm the coolest and you're the least cool. I was trying to be nice. So what you do there is you get a high jump on the right side of the doorway so that when you do make contact with the gas and it stuns you, it knocks you into the room rather than out of it. So it does take a little bit of time to be stunned, but you do just get to enter the room for free, which is quite nice.
And with that jump there, it is extremely tight over these lasers because that is the maximum arc you can have with RJ is 3.5 lasers. I somehow got that clip first try.
That was a really clean clip because I was going to talk about how that stool can be a pain to get a hold of, and then you grab the corner right away. Good lord.
Yeah, that stool is supposed to be very tight. It's a clip that you need to be very close to the edge of the house on to be able to clip out of bounds, and it a lot of times won't even work. So here, we're going to try and clip into the porch first try. We missed there, so we're going to do the backup.
It's good to have a backup strat, and we've got the weird grab on the corner of the wall here. There you go.
Yep, and
Not
then we're going
as fast
to come
as had we initially got into the wall, but it is solid to get in there.
We're going to quickly just go to the right there and dodge the air freshener and jump into the room where the flashlight is. Right, from here, pretty simple, just throw it onto the couch. Be careful where you throw it after the couch because you can soft lock here.
Yes, this was discovered by me. If you throw it wrong, you can put the flashlight up on the windowsill where it becomes entirely inaccessible from literally anywhere. So, you know, there's always breaking new grounds and over the hedge scene.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. It might be a useless tech, but it's a tech nonetheless. If you ever want to stop playing over the hedge, you can force yourself to do so.
I don't know why anyone would want to not play this masterpiece.
It's the world's first developed anti-speedrun tech. Not in that it makes a speedrun worse, in that it makes you stop speedrunning.
So here we're going to be doing one of the strats that 7AJK has found that is influential to the speedrun. This used to be the hardest level in the run. You had to pick up a energy drink to be able to get more momentum and jump over some lasers that were just long enough to be able to reach. Now we're going to just grab the toolbox and clip out of bounds from a table in the other room. Once again, this is another level where once you grab the item, the taxidermy is going to show up, but we're just going to ignore him again. Here you're going to
Taxidermist is kind of like the Kmart Verminator for this game.
He is the brother of the Verminator.
Oh. More cool lore things that I'm learning. Look at me.
And clipping out of bounds here, we are now good to take the toolbox back to the start. And that will be the end of all the house's missions.
There's the main meat of the run. Or the meat of the game complete, but we do have a few very important levels left up for us.
Yep. Now we've got Construction 3. We're going to quickly restart Glitch. I don't know how you're supposed to do this level without it. I don't know how I did it without it because it is such a tight window with the construction worker right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to do an up warp out of bounds. Now, up warps are normally like randomly in a different place. We're just going to clip through a wall with it. If I can get it third try here. There we go.
Nice.
For some reason, the collision with the wall there where it connects to the dirt is slanted and just shoots the character model up so the level of where our exit is.
Now here we are on the first part of the final level. We are in Gladys's house, and we are attempting to muck about and get some things done. Firstly, yeah, you're going to go get out of bounds initially. Have you been paying attention to the run at all? If you have, you'll know we're not playing in the walls here.
We are going to find where Gladys is now holding all the endangered animals. Once we've done that, we are going to go back to RJ and Vern, who are now in the house, and try to activate all the cameras inside. This is going to be one of the few levels where you'll see us actually use both of the characters, and we are now done with both of the characters. It is all Vern now.
It's Vern for the rest of our time in this area. Once again, dropping through the wall off the back of the box there, and now we've got a bit of a satellite to destroy. But first, Vern has to run a marathon.
Yep. So we're going to get up onto the desk here and get ready to do another shell jump into the satellite and onto the final level. I'll let you take this one away.
Sure thing. All right, he's got to focus up. So our objective here is to get all 3 of those cameras activated. So first thing is we're going to get up there onto the shelf, grab the activation card, and use it while we fall down. Saves us a little bit of time. You're going to want to get over all of our gas there, and now we need to get to the office. First, you've got to get around all of these gases, and we've got to get... Sorry, your stream lagged out a bit. There we go.
Gotta get the cheese.
Gotta get the cheese and the first camera activated. So this time, at this point, we now have to guide Gladys around the house. So we have to constantly check to make sure that she is focused on us and pursuing us. She will very often decide to walk in random circles for no good reason, but we've got to keep her headed around the house. As we get down here, we pitch the cheese into the fake Verminator, jump past his gas there, and we are double checking to make sure that she continues to follow down, and she's sure is taking her time.
I think we lost her, actually.
We lost Gladys? Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, we gotta restart the level.
That's unfortunate.
That is sad. Oh well.
That is very sad.
It's fine. We were ahead of estimate by a decent amount, actually.
Yep.
All right, once again, we're going to go around the air fresheners here. There is a very tight window on the wall where we're able to squeeze by and not get hit by them. Gladys's AI is very strange in the fact that it will constantly want to do a loop when it is not in the same vicinity of us. So as you see there, it turns around and then turns back. We have to make sure Gladys is following us. I was a little bit too quick on the step there with running down the hallway to pitch the cheese. This is fine. I'm able to turn around and jump over here. Never mind.
Yeah.
You know what? It's a little scuffed, but
it's it's over the head. What were you expecting? Bit of a time. I didn't activate the card. Oh no.
You know what?
We're doing great.
There's time for this.
Yeah.
Usually it doesn't go this bad on the final level, but you know what? It's a marathon run. What do you expect?
It happens. It happens. It's fine. I was flubbing the comms anyways. We're balling. Once again, so what Gladys's AI is going to want to do is take a loop when she hits this corner. And as you guys are seeing, getting her AI to follow and continue to cooperate can be quite a pain, because if you let her get too close and then you make a minor mistake, she can hit you and kill your entire run. Pitch the cheese into the Verminator, sneak by him.
She is actually following us this time, which is good.
We got to make sure that Gladys is staying on our tail.
And then we do a tight jump here onto the table, and time is going to happen when she touches the final camera here.
Once this third camera gets activated.
So time is coming up, and that is the run.
Now.
Yay!
Bit of a stumble at the end there, but that was a good run.
Yeah, ignore the fumble towards the end, but
it happens. It happens.
What was the time we had there? Okay, that's still a really good run with messing up the final level twice.
That's not too bad at all, really. So yeah, thank you for joining us for Over the Hedge for the Nintendo DS. As you can see, it's a very technical and an in-depth run. I'm sure you are all emotionally changed as people after witnessing something of such glory.
Yeah, I've grown, honestly.
Lucky's gonna do the thing that he does at the end of every run. Where
I
he
just
puts
have
this
to quickly show off the worst 3D models ever made.
Terrible facial expression of Ver. I hope that's not your face after seeing this run.
That's my face after failing the final level twice.
So it's my face after seeing you get hit into the laser. I did make one of those.
But yeah, I just want to quickly thank GDQ for having me here. This has been a lot of fun. I'm very grateful to have the opportunity to be here. I also want to shout out the Over the Hedge speedrun community. They are some great people there. We will be happy to help you out with learning the game if you want to try out this scuffed mess. Try not to run it on emulator. I'll say that because it lags out a lot.
Do not try it on emulator. It will set your computer ablaze. It is not a good idea. I tried it. I have not tried it again since.
But I want to also shout out Sloth's community, the table, the Flavoids. The Flavoids, you know who you are. Colin, thank you for joining me here.
Thank you for having me. It's always a strange and interesting experience to commentate this game with you against in front of an increasingly large amount of people.
Well, thank you both so much for joining. That was actually a really, really fun run. I really enjoyed that a lot. So thank you for showing it off. Chat, again, water, do it. And also, if you missed out on any of our other Hotfix shows, be sure to check out the VODs on youtube.com/gamesdonequick. And if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to press the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel. Also go to twitch.tv/gamesdonequick to watch our shows live. And with that, we will be right back again. Get some water, stretch, get a snack if you would like, and we will see you for more As Seen on TV in just a few.